But I'm going to try to step all the way back to define what I think, what I say, what I mean in my head when I say AI, right? To me, having worked across many fields, e-commerce, language modeling, finance, engineering, etc., like it all comes down to the same thing all the time. Right? AI is essentially, we're trying to train a model, and I'll explain a little bit what I mean by a model, on historic data to understand the world, right? And we train it on historic data because historic data, it has happened, and we can therefore train it on things that has happened in the past to try and predict things that happened in the past, so we can check whether it's good or not, and so we can give it feedback to become better, right? So in the world of weather, we give atmospheric data to the model up to some point in time, and we ask it to predict, for example, the temperature of the next day, right? We know what it was, it happened in the past, so we can train the model to be good at that task. Now we then take that model once it's trained on the historic data, and we move it to the present day, and then try to use that model to predict what's going to happen tomorrow, like the future, the unseen. And this is all based on the very strong assumption that sometimes wrong, that being good at predicting the past means that we're also going to be pretty good at predicting the future, right? And that is not always correct, but it's typically a good approximation, right? Things do change though in the world, right? You know, the sun is getting older, the universe is getting colder, things change every day, but roughly speaking, in most cases, it is a good assumption to have that if you're good at predicting the past, you'll be good at predicting the future. But essentially, this is what it is all. When I talk about a model, it's some sort of mathematical object that we trained to predict the past and we're now using to predict the future.